going on, everybody? And we are logging on to episode 168 of the podcast. Thank you for being here tonight, as we have a very special episode for you guys, as always. We are going back to the top fives, but with a twist. We're doing a different format for our top fives than we usually do. First time doing it. But first, let me introduce my guest. I have my brother, Jesse, here with us. Thank you for being here, buddy.
Of course.
And we got another good buddy of mine as well, Matty Ellis.
Thank you. Just want to thank you both for coming on my podcast today.
Yes.
This is episode 168 of the Loggin On podcast, so it's just great of you guys to join me here.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me on
Yeah,
the podcast.
thanks for coming, man. You know, it's great to have you both.
100%. And what were you just saying?
I just realized I got the Tails mic. And
You do have the Tails mic.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, and also, if you guys haven't noticed in the last episode we did, we have new microphones. I have the Knuckles mic. Matt has the Sonic mic.
Because I'm the main character.
Because he's the host. Exactly. And Jesse has the Tails mic appropriately, too, as that's his favorite
I didn't even see the
character
water,
in the
but,
Sonic
but
franchise.
Thank you for the water.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
Yeah,
you're quite welcome for that.
It's not great.
So, yeah, today's topic...
It's not?
Today's topic is a top five. We're going to do the top five video games turned movie or TV show. And like I said, we're going to do the top five different this episode. What we're going to do is quickly reveal each of our top fives, and then we're going to make a group top five with our lists. That could mean we could debate on certain things that have to be kicked off our lists to add to the group top five. And we'll just see how it goes. So we do have honorable mentions here. I believe we all have honorable mentions.
Yeah, I have basically honorable mentions / things that I haven't actually seen, but I just feel deserve to be mentioned.
Okay.
Should I just fire off?
Fire off. Yeah.
All right, so things that I have not seen. First of all, Ratchet and Clank, and I only bring that up because I know you played Ratchet and Clank. I never really gave.
I
didn't give a shit about Ratchet.
I played Ratchet and Clank, but at the same time, I also didn't give a fuck about it.
Yeah, like I did not. I specifically brought it up because I did give a fuck about Sly Cooper, and then that didn't.
I gave a fuck about Sly Cooper.
That was disheartening.
Well,
for me.
let's. I'm sorry. I know we said we weren't gonna go deep into the honorable mentions,
are.
but
and it's gonna be 2 hours.
It's gonna happen. All right, I'll say this. The same developers of that Ratchet and Clank movie were supposed to make a Jak and Daxter and the Sly Cooper movie also.
And they had the trailer for the Sly Cooper one.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Yes, they did a preview for that. Ratchet and Clank failed so bad that they canceled both other projects. I'm very sad
I didn't even see the movie. I love Ratchet and Clank.
I didn't see the movie either.
I didn't see the movie either.
I don't know if... I mean, it's probably on my own bias. I always figured that Ratchet and Clank was the least popular of the three, but I don't know the statistics.
Not true.
That.
It's actually the most popular.
The most popular.
Really?
Yeah, and it makes sense because it's way better.
It's actually the most popular. I wouldn't say it's way better than Jak and Daxter, but that's
actually way
up to
better.
debate.
Yeah.
Naughty Dog.
But that's not why we're here. Let's
just
agree that it is the best and move on.
I'm going to say one movie I have seen in theaters that was so bad. By the way, it was horribly dubbed, terrible. The Tekken movie.
Dude,
what even Tekken is?
I know what Tekken is. It's the fighting game, but I've never seen the movie.
I remember it specifically because I went with my two friends, and it was not shown at every theater. We had to go like far away. And there's this one line that I just figured had to be a dumb English dub thing, where the characters are in trouble or whatever, and one of the girls goes to cuddle up with another girl, and she's like, "Don't worry, like I will be your refrigerator." I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" So that has never left my mind. Look that up, please. I beg of you.
I'm sorry. If it was so bad, why is it an honorable mention?
No,
because of that
just
line?
something I felt I had to mention.
Oh, okay.
Because it's relevant to the topic.
Fair enough. Okay.
Lastly, we have Angry Birds, which I know actually does have a good size following. For Angry Birds 2.
I did see that movie.
Did you?
I did see that
movie. I heard the second one is like legit good.
I didn't see the second one. The first one I kind of liked. I thought it was kind of funny from what I remember. It's been a fucking year since I've seen it.
Didn't see it.
Yeah.
I didn't see either.
I didn't think it was terrible.
Other honorable mentions just to get this done. The 3 Sonic movies and Mario, of course. And then...
Oh, those aren't.
They're not. They're in your honorable mentions only?
Because I figured other people... Someone else would mention.
Correct. Okay.
And then... The Sonic shows, various, like, Underground, X, Prime, Boom. And then Detective Pikachu is my last honorable mention.
Wow, I didn't even think of Detective Pikachu
I
at
did.
all.
I did enjoy Detective Pikachu.
was
I
good.
enjoyed it a lot too.
But yeah, it's gonna stay as my honorable mention.
Fair enough. Matt, what do you got for honorable mentions?
I've got, of course, Sonic Underground, which is a really dog shit show, but it's really cool
Like,
because it's got the
number one
greatest
intro of all time.
yes, the intro is just too good. It's too good. Have you heard, Frank?
Have I?
Yeah, it's we made a vow their mother will be found.
Yes.
Sonic Underground.
It goes so hard.
It's
It goes so
corny
hard.
that it's good.
Yeah, and it makes up for the whole show.
There's a way superior Sonic theme song.
Oh, what's that?
I'll bring it up later.
For a show?
Okay.
Yes.
Is it the Sonic X one?
100%.
The one that goes
Bring it
up
up right
fast.
now.
Is it the one that goes gotta
Gotta
go
go
fast, or is
fast.
it the one that goes Sonic
Gotta go
X?
faster, faster,
Sonic
faster,
X?
faster. No.
I love that one's my favorite.
When did that happen?
That was like the
Probably
second intro,
I think it
dude.
was the last season only.
Was it?
I feel
Okay,
like
yeah.
That's why it
Because
ended.
that
Yeah.
was also the season that was after the story of Sonic Adventure 2, so they just made sure.
I thought it ended on Sonic Adventure 2. No?
They made one last season.
After
that was
the-
after it.
Oh,
and
okay.
Chris was the villain.
No, he wasn't. Was he really?
He's either the villain or like an antagonist.
No, you're
like,
fucking kidding me.
I swear to God.
Dude, I've never heard of
As
this.
far
This
as
sounds
I
like
know-
bullshit, dude. I thought it ended on Sonic Adventure 2.
Look at I don't know. As far as I'm aware, there's a season after the ending of Sonic Adventure 2, and
I feel like
Chris
this is
not a
bullshit.
hero.
All right, I gotta look into
Okay,
that.
go ahead. Keep on going.
Sonic Underground. Fuck, dude. You made me lose my train of thought. I didn't even write them down. Sonic X, I guess, which was whatever. And then I put Pokemon on there, the Pokemon anime,
Very good. Very good,
which
yeah.
was a classic. Some of those movies could honestly be on here, but I didn't choose them.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. I thought I had one more, but I think I don't know. Let's just keep it moving.
So, I'll be honest with you guys. Pokemon has just been excluded in my brain when I made this list.
Yeah, don't worry, I got you covered.
Okay, good. All right, so my honorable mentions. The Legend of Zelda show. I have never watched it, but I've always seen the commercials of "Excuse
my
me,
God, dude.
princess,"
Yeah, I was
and
hoping
I
someone
fucking
would
love
mention
that
it.
line.
I thought that
And-
was a guarantee from you.
Dude, does Captain N the Game Master count? Do you know what that is? You know what Captain N is?
What?
Captain N?
Captain N the
No.
Game Master, dude. It would come on like either after the Mario show or after the Zelda show, and it would just be like this like teenage kid who got like sucked into like this like video game world, and he would like hang out with like video game characters and shit. And they had like Kid
Like
Icarus in
licensed
it.
characters?
Yeah,
No
they had Kid
way.
Icarus and Mega Man and
I've
like
never
that.
even heard
And
of
How
that.
have we
Mother
never
Brain
heard
was
of
like
this
the
yet?
main villain, and she'd go, "Oh, what's going on, Captain N?" She had like a sassy like black woman voice, and then there was like Mega Man was there, and he's like, "Oh, that's mega awesome." He would say shit like that.
So
I can't
really
believe I've never
cliche
even
and
heard
Yeah,
of
Holy shit.
it was really shitty.
No, yeah, 90s, like.
Yeah,
I
it was
love it.
well, it was like 80s. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
super shitty.
Well,
like,
the Legend of Zelda show is definitely corny, just like that as well.
Extremely.
And I haven't even watched it.
Yeah.
You can just tell from the previews.
oh yeah, that it's like dumb as hell.
Yeah, so that's an honorable mention.
I
It's
don't-
like a staple in my brain.
I don't want to interrupt
that
you.
quote.
I just remembered my last honorable mention
Go ahead.
was the Mega Man show, the original Mega Man cartoon
Okay.
that came out
Was that on
in.
Cartoon Network?
No, you're thinking of Battle Network. Probably.
I
I'm talking about
think
the
I am.
original one, like that was
yeah.
based off the classic Mega Man series, which was like also really dumb, but it was really funny because there's this one scene where they're at the Lincoln Memorial, and Proto Man's in it, and he's like, "Ha, you wouldn't dare like attack me and like risk shooting President Lincoln," which is like the memorial's behind him,
Yeah.
and fucking Mega Man just like attacks it. I think he fucks up the Lincoln Memorial. That's the only thing I really remember from it as a kid. There's like a clip on it on YouTube from somewhere, but
Interesting. Okay.
yeah.
My second honorable. I have 5 of them. Donkey Kong Country Show.
Okay.
Thank God.
Did you guys
That's
actually
it.
watch that?
Yeah,
had a
we
few episodes.
recorded VHSs of
Really?
episodes of it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane.
The animation is so bad
Beyond.
beyond bad that when they're walking and you see behind them walking,
Yeah.
their ass is like moving so weird.
Yeah.
Like their legs and ass are like
Yeah.
connected in the
Like the
animation.
songs
so
go crazy. Like they
The songs go crazy.
dummy.
it was a
The
good,
Diddy Drop
it was a
rap, we
good,
of course know the
entertaining
Diddy
show.
Drop
Yeah,
rap.
of course, the Diddy Kong rap.
All right,
Fucking
the
whatever.
Diddy, yeah.
Yeah, after he got canceled.
The third honorable mention, the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. Another
Dude, that
show,
was oh man, I forgot to put that
my
on
number
honorable
5.
mentions too.
another show that we have DVDs of as well, or had DVDs
Now,
of.
do you count that along with the Adventures of Super Mario Brothers 3 and Super Mario World?
No, I don't.
No, I don't either.
No?
'Cause
No, we didn't.
I don't
have
even know what that-
DVDs Of that.
yeah,
It was
I don't
with
know what that
the one
is.
with the Koopalings. There was like the ads of it on the DVD.
with the same people though,
I mean, same fucking like Toad and all.
and
them.
animation and everything.
Yeah.
It was the same.
Oh.
It was by the same studio,
So I
and
guess
they
in a
had
sense it's a
they're the same voice
continuation.
actors. Yeah, it was basically the same.
But no, I never even heard of that. I'm just talking about the original.
Oh, okay.
Okay, number 4 is Knuckles, the show, the spin-off show that came
that
out.
was dog shit.
You never watched it?
No,
No,
but
it's awful. You don't need to.
It's
all I
it's not
heard.
great. It's barely focuses on Knuckles. And
Last time I
instead
talked to you, you told me it was
focuses-
good.
on Wade Whipple.
No, I thought it was okay.
It was
I
definitely.
thought it
shitty.
was okay,
It was
but like
awful.
it focuses
Wade
on
Whipple.
Wade Whipple. So that's an honorable mention, and then the 5th honorable mention is
Good soundtrack, though, in that show.
Yeah, the 5th honorable mention is Sonic the Hedgehog, the first movie of this trilogy we just got,
Yeah, word.
and that's my honorable mentions.
Okay, so you're not considering the trilogy as one.
I am not.
Okay.
I
so you're
have
separating them out.
I am
Okay.
separating them in my version of it. Okay.
Oh, one honorable mention I want to mention is the Sonic OVA where he fights Metal Sonic.
Oh wait,
You
the
have it on there?
Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the movie.
No, not the original
No,
movie,
I have
like the
it. I
OVA.
have it. We'll get into it.
What's OVA? Okay, we'll get into it. Fine, because I don't really know what you guys are talking about there. I thought you were talking about the.
I'm afraid of lightning.
No, that's the movie, the cartoon movie.
Yeah, that's the OVA.
Okay, so I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Knuckles with his cowboy hat, dude.
Sarah, why is she
Yeah.
a cat girl? I don't. Whatever.
What does he say? He's like, "There's only room for one Sonic in this world."
Oh, when he's fighting Metal Sonic or something, he's like, "You may think you know what I'm going to do, but I know what you're going to do."
Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, straight. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
I just love when he's falling in the bed. You know, it's on my list. I'll get to it.
Okay,
There's so many
yeah,
more
yeah.
things
I
to
got
do.
so many things to talk about. On
When he
that,
looks up
too.
her skirt, you remember that?
Whose skirt?
Metal Sonic gets kicked. Sonic kicks Metal Sonic like up into like Robotnik's ship, and like he's captured like some girl, and as he like goes through the ship, like his head pops out like through the floorboard, and like he can see up her skirt, so she like starts kicking his head.
Oh my god. Okay.
She's
Yeah.
like a human girl with cat ears and a tail.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she's the president's daughter, right?
How furries originated.
Sarah.
We'll be talking about that.
Yeah.
It's on my list.
Okay. Very
So,
good.
What is
All right.
it? We 555-444.
Yeah, well, no, we're not gonna do that. That'll take too much time. I think we're gonna do my top 5 full out, your top 5
Okay,
full
go.
out, and go on.
I'm surprised
Okay.
you didn't have Tack and the Power of Juju on there.
I was so glad no one mentioned it.
Okay, here we go. My top 5, my personal top 5. Number 5 is the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I thought it was very, very good. Not story-wise, but traditional to the video game wise.
Okay, fair enough.
I think they were just completely dedicated to what the games were and wanted to satisfy the fans. I respect it, loved it. The music fantastic in the movie. My number 4 is Sonic X. The theme song. I love the cartoon. I think it's in reality, it's the cartoon that was closest to the games as far as Sonic the Hedgehog, and I respect that a lot about it. I'm not a fan of the human characters like Chris, like whatever, but at least they added all the Sonic characters in that show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris is my favorite character.
Yeah.
Ryuji
No.
Knuckles
Who's
were
your
hot
favorite
in that.
character?
Mr. Tanaka, dude. Mr. Tanaka kicks ass, bro.
is
He's
your
fucking
character.
awesome.
Yeah. All right, it's very Sonic themed. My top 5. My number 3 is Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the most recent Sonic movie that came out. One of my favorite video game characters of all time is Shadow. It's mainly why it's on the list, and he's great. My number 2 is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I like that movie better than 3.
Yeah, I don't.
I think-
I think it only slightly edges it out.
In a better way.
Yeah, in a better way, but like I think it's also a better adaptation to its source material, which is Sonic 2.
Yeah.
Or Sonic 3 is adapting Sonic Adventure 2.
Right. Correct. Yeah.
So I think Sonic 2 is a better adaptation of the
video
game
game.
Sonic 2
Yes,
than
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But for me, it was more like it was the first time you saw Sonic interact with his other characters.
Yeah.
And it gave me so much hype. And it's like, okay, this series is going somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's why I liked it more.
Okay.
And then my number 1, The Last of Us.
I was hoping you were going to say that. I predicted you would say
Yeah.
that.
I predicted he would say that as
The
well.
Last of Us is an amazing fucking show.
Yeah.
The fact that HBO picked it up to make a series of, you just knew it was an automatic winner.
Yeah.
Was not a fan. Same thing as his deal as Mr. Fantastic. Not a fan of Pedro Pascal being Joel. I don't think because of the look, but he did fantastic as him.
I could look at him all day.
Yeah, but yeah, I swear he's a great actor, and he's been proving. As much as I am,
He was the Mandalorian, right?
he's the Mandalorian too. As much as I'm like doubting him, he always proves me wrong. So The Last of Us and the way the script was made, fantastic. That's my top 5. You could go ahead.
All right, so my number 5 is the Super Mario Brothers Super Show,
Okay.
like that we had on the DVD.
Yeah.
Iconic intro,
Gonna turn into a
like
Goomba.
the rap. Yeah, I love it. I love that they referenced it in the movie too, like in the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, yeah, very good, very funny. I always appreciated Toad's puns specifically. Whenever they had to run, they're like, "Let's make like an egg and scramble." Like stupid.
His
shit
voice
like
was
that.
the most annoying thing in maybe
Dude,
media
yeah.
history.
Oh my god.
And there's a scene too where they're falling from something, and Toad takes off his mushroom.
Yes.
And uses it as
Yes.
a parachute. I was
Yes,
like,
I remember that.
Y'all can do
Mhm,
that.
I remember that
Like,
episode, dude.
All right, I don't think this is canon, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Number 4 is Five Nights at Freddy's. I love that movie. I don't care. Like I thought it was so funny,
it
and
was
I
alright.
love Josh.
I thought it was
Hutcherson.
alright.
Hutchinson, whatever. It
He is a good actor. I never watched the movie because I never played the games. Had
I
no
never played
interest.
the games either, but I know all of the lore, dude.
Okay.
I will. I love it.
It's extremely
so
popular.
weird, yeah.
yeah, it's extremely popular.
Number 3 is the Sonic OVA we briefly covered. So good. That's the one that really has the best music out of all the Sonic movies or merchandise.
Really?
Yeah, I love Tails, and I love Knuckles with the cowboy hat. Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's badass, bro.
Yeah.
He's badass.
So
with that.
badass, dude. I love it, and I love Sonic's voice specifically in that one. I love his fight with Metal. I just love Metal so much too.
He's so
Metal
cool, dude.
low-key might be one of my favorite.
He's my favorite villain, dude, in that series. And I think it sucks that at the end of 3 they tease that. Spoilers, that they tease
Yeah.
that with, all those Metal
Multiple.
Sonics,
With
which I wish.
all of them,
yeah,
yeah.
which was
Was
stupid
not
because
a
they just
fan
made.
of there being multiple.
No,
Yeah,
because
I wasn't either.
now they just make him into like a redundant, like stupid,
Right.
like,
Exactly.
I mean,
villain.
if anything, they could have made it a Shadow clone. I think it would have been better.
Well, they have the Silver Sonic from like Sonic 2, and they have like all these other like the Hyper Sonic from Sonic
Right.
like 3. Like they could have like done anything.
Yeah, the OVA
Hyper
is great, in
Mecha
my
Sonic or whatever
opinion.
from Sonic 3.
Especially even in the very beginning of that movie when Sonic is just chilling on the beach and Tails comes up and and he invents a hoverboard to fly on the thing.
Mhm.
Like just vibes, dude. That is Sonic. Like just pure
It is
vibes.
vibes.
I love it.
I want to go on a quick tangent real quick.
What?
Imagine like at the end of the Sonic 3 movie, the post-credit scene where you see Shadow pick up one of his things.
Yeah.
What if that's a clone of him? And they add that.
Well, that was the
on.
plot to Sonic Heroes, wasn't it? That
Correct.
he was potentially
Yeah.
a
But
clone.
But that was the post-credit scene of Sonic Heroes. That you find out that was a clone of Shadow.
No, I thought the
That's
idea
just
was
the
that.
ending of Team Dark, I think. Right.
But
No,
it's still a
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
thought the idea
post-credit
was
thing.
that he could possibly be a clone, but I thought Rouge
Well, I think
tells
that
him like,
opens
no, you're
up.
the real
Yeah.
Shadow.
Yeah, well, Rouge is like, despite if you're the original or not, like,
Okay.
you are a Shadow. You are the
Correct.
real Shadow.
Mhm.
Everyone else is, like, fucking locked up in this thing. You are Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 2, I have Pokemon as a whole. The
Yeah.
anime, the Mystery of Mew movie, Pokemon 2000.
Mystery of Mew was so good, dude. With
so good.
Lucario.
Yeah.
That one was great.
And
Giratina and the Sky
the
Warrior.
movie, that's the one with Papa Entei and the Unknown.
Yo, that's the third movie. That
Yeah.
movie's badass, bro. I love that
Yes.
movie.
But Pokemon 2000 is probably my favorite.
That's
movie.
one I
I
owned
saw
up.
that in
That's
the
one I
theater.
owned
we
growing
saw
up.
that. We
I
saw
wish-
two of them in theaters.
Yeah,
We saw
probably
2000.
The third, which is with Papa Entei.
No.
Or was it with Professor Oak and Celebi?
Or was it Deoxys, dude? The Deoxys movie? Did you see that one?
No,
No, we
that's
saw
definitely
the
not
one
it.
with Mewtwo, and then we saw the one with the three birds.
2000.
That's
Yes.
2000.
And
Lugia.
what's the one with Mewtwo?
That's Pokemon.
That's the first movie.
Okay, those are the two we saw in theaters. Yeah.
We got the Ancient Mew card too. I wish I still had that. Shit.
I have
would
it.
Go for
Yep.
a lot of money probably if you had
It doesn't.
No.
Last time, I mean, I checked
If you
like
had-
years
if you
ago.
had it, like
but
PSA 10, it would probably be crazy.
probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think Pokemon is actually like, it's just so ingrained in me. Like, I feel like I would be drastically different without Pokemon. Like, I am very, very invested in it to this day. I have several, like Pokemon Go, TCG, Pocket. I'm like, every day I think about it. So that's huge for me.
Yeah.
And then number one is a show based off of one of my like top 5 games of all time, Cuphead. You never play it? You did it.
Yes.
You did it for the channel, right?
I did it for Frank Gaming.
Hard as shit, right?
It's so hard but so entertaining.
So good. I love that it's all hand drawn. It looks like those classic 30s like Acme drawings.
So is that your number one mainly because of the game or because of
No,
the show?
the show is fucking hilarious. Have you ever watched it?
Yeah, I watched the
love
whole
it.
first season, and it is for me extremely kiddie.
Dude,
Yeah, I
no,
saw clips and I
like
thought it was like okay. I found it kind of mediocre from what I saw. I mean, I didn't sit
It
down
did
and watch
get
like entire
excellent
episodes,
reviews
but-
too, and I
Dude,
think there's
it's
only
great.
2 seasons.
There's a lot of like.
I think there's
yeah,
only
there's
two
only 2
seasons of it.
seasons. Yeah, it's so
and it's been a
funny,
while. I don't think they're making any more.
Dude. No, yeah, they said they were done.
Oh,
after
they
the
were.
show.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't think it was
Okay.
bad from what I saw.
They
No,
got,
it's
but-
quality, but
The episode where Mugman like ends up in hell and he's just talking to the devil the whole time, and the devil is like trying to, I guess he has to trick him or something, convince him that Cuphead is dead. He's like, yeah, Cuphead's dead. He's like, oh really? Where is he? He's like, oh no, he's not down here. He went up there. He's like, nah, I don't believe that shit. Like, he's like, no, I know my brother. Like, he'd be down here.
oh my
And
god.
I love the way they talk. I just love it. I love Cuphead. Its whole aesthetic.
Okay. Well, the aesthetic I agree with because I love the classic cartoon vibe.
Yeah.
Matt, what do you
Okay.
got?
I just want to mention real quick. I know we covered our honorable mentions, but I just want to give note to the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which I'm sure you're very familiar with.
I'm not.
Actually not.
You're not with Scratch and Grounder, dude.
No.
Are they the robots?
Yes.
The green one and the
Yeah,
chicken?
where he's like snooping as usual. You remember that one?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I have no
Um,
idea.
That's the one where Eggman is like a fucking fat, ugly bastard.
That is probably my second
you know,
favorite
like
one.
when his
Yeah.
head's like a cone shape, bro.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's video games of him like that too. That's how I
That's
know
like
him.
old.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
Dr.
yeah,
Robotnik's Mean Bean
Yeah,
Machine.
that's,
you're thinking
that's-
about.
that's-
Dr. Robotnik, right?
That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
but
it is.
that takes from the show too. Like a lot of the characters
God,
are
I
from
love
that are
Mean Bean
in
Machine
Okay.
so much.
are in Dr.
Make a
Robotnik's
movie
Mean Bean
about that.
Machine.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that show was just
They should have Dr. Stone
the
taking
best
care
part.
of Mean Bean
Dr.
coffee
Stone,
shop.
dude. The
Who?
best,
Dr. Stone.
Oh yeah.
the best part of that show was Scratch and Grounder, hands down. I love them, and they're way better than like Orbot and Qbot from like the games.
Oh my god, I hate Orbot and Qbot.
All right, my top 5. Number 5, I put the Castlevania TV show.
I heard it's very good.
Oh yeah.
The first, I didn't even bother watching the second show that they made. I heard it was really like shitty, so I didn't even bother. This is not good as like an adaptation. Now it's like adapting the story loosely, very loosely, of like Castlevania 3.
Okay.
But it's like it takes a lot of liberties. Obviously, like Castlevania 3 is like an NES game. There's not like a lot of lore or plot to it.
Yeah.
So
They had to do their own
they
thing.
had to do their own thing, and it was pretty good. The first season in particular I thought was pretty good. I think it kind of goes off the path, like especially by towards the end.
Sure.
Like it kind of becomes its own thing. I'm just putting it on number 5 for its entertainment value. It's definitely a really good show. I like season 3 the most, which I think is a bit of a controversial. I think season 2 is kind of like the most well-liked one. And there's just like a lot of weird sex shit in it, like also like kind of towards the end where I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Especially like season 3 onwards. I think there were 4 seasons.
Do you know of any other video games that was adapted into an anime? I think Castlevania is the only one.
No,
right?
dude, Sonic X was an anime.
Oh well, like
Pokemon's
Pokemon,
in it.
like
Pokemon,
Pokemon 2.
Devil-
Oh no, I was gonna
Devil
say
May
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Cry.
That's a card game.
Devil May Cry.
Oh
had
yeah,
an anime,
Devil May Cry did too. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, there's like a ton of them.
Yeah,
Rabbids on Nickelodeon.
an anime.
No, that was a joke. But they did have a cartoon.
They did have. You're right.
Another one
Forgot
on
about
here
that.
of mine is actually an anime too.
Okay.
But we'll get to that.
Oh, I forgot one. Oh my god, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I love you.
The show,
I watched like the first few episodes, and they're like literally like they just ripped the dialogue from the
straight
game.
from the game.
It's so good.
Let's see. What do I have as my number 4? I have the Mario movie, which I really liked. I really enjoyed it, but I also thought that it was maybe a little too safe, I guess. I mean, I think it's the best probably adaptation of a game to like a film, but I don't know. I just didn't find it as endearing as I guess Sonic. I don't think the humor was as on point. I guess that was probably a big issue of mine as well. But it was still very good. A lot of cool references in that. My third, I have Kirby Right Back at Ya. Phenomenal show.
I forgot about that show.
I
love
love
it.
that show too.
Luckily for me, I remembered it literally 2 minutes before we were recording and swapped out Pokemon with it.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
love
And then I was
it.
thinking about it. I was like,
About that.
I like the Mario movie in Castlevania definitely more than Pokemon.
That was
so.
really good. I'm glad you put that. I'm glad we're covering all grounds.
Yeah.
Kirby Right Back
honestly,
at Ya
but okay.
is like the definitive characterization of those characters for me.
Yeah.
Like with
Yeah.
those voices, Meta Knight's like Spanish like
Yes.
voice, and DDD's like
DDD's voice, that is canon.
perfect.
Like that's
perfect,
canon, yeah.
perfect. Escargoon, everyone
Yeah.
loves him.
Is he?
Escargoon.
He's not in any games. Is that correct?
Yes, he is. He is makes a cameo appearance in Kirby Mass Attack for the DS in the space shooter minigame.
Okay, all right. That's
Yep.
good to know.
Phenomenal, yeah. The character voices are awesome. Fuck those two like
I hate
losers.
those
What,
kids.
yeah, what are Tip or Tup or something? I
Dude,
can't remember
thought
their fucking
they were,
name.
And mind you, the new Animal Crossing was my first Animal Crossing
Mm-hmm.
game, but I thought they were the Lloyd Rockets. I swear to God, like, that's what I thought those guys were.
I can see it. Yeah. Yeah, those guys fucking suck. But I'm there for Kirby, dude, and Kirby's fucking awesome
Yeah,
in that
he
show.
is, always.
My number 2 is the Sonic movie trilogy. I just put them all as one.
Sure.
Because I consider that kind of like just one adaptation. The first movie was all right. Like, it was a decent introduction. I definitely put the Mario movie over that first one. Just
Yes.
because I feel like it didn't have a lot to do with the show. I mean, the games didn't have a lot to do with it. It's very just like generic, I would say, probably. I mean, the humor was good, but I think it was generic in the sense of it being like, this is a fucking thing from another world, and now he comes here, and now he's in our world, and
Yeah, I have a little bit of a different opinion on that. I think the
Okay.
comedy in the Sonic movies is god awful.
what?
It's not all bad.
No, no,
Luigi,
it's
what?
no.
Dude, did you watch the Knuckles show? That's where it's at. It's like peak worst.
It's all bad, but you said how not all of it's bad. You're right. Jim Carrey's the best. But,
For sure.
But
for
the
sure.
rest of it is bad. The rest of it's bad and very kiddie.
I can agree to that.
Dude,
I think
I
Jim
thought
Carrey.
Knuckles was funny.
Knuckles is good as
In
a
the
character.
movies. I didn't watch the show, but
He's
in the-
good
I don't
as
think
a
he's
funny
very-
character, but
I mean, I don't know. He's just kind of like the dumb, stupid, like Brolic dude. I mean,
Exactly.
I don't think he's
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
that great. Jim Carrey definitely is amazing. All the funniest moments are, taken by him.
and,
Yeah.
Stone, yeah.
him and Stone, they are the best characters.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have just made a Robotnik
Maddie
spin-off
and
show.
Donut Lord, like really, they don't even have to be in 3 or any.
Well,
movie
I have a
before.
theory that
They fell off relevance in 3, like almost
big time.
entirely.
Big
Yeah.
time. Well, that's because
Which I don't mind. I really wish they didn't even have them to begin with.
Yeah,
like,
me
who
too.
fucking needed them? Like,
As-
everyone wants
and
to see.
Maddie's extended
Like, I
family,
don't-
like they are.
Well,
like, you
the
really
side
have to clone
plot, the
yourself.
side plot in 2 got so much hate that in this third movie they really we're not dealing with. That.
I thought the wedding side plot was kind of funny. I'm gonna be
I
honest with
hated
you.
it.
I thought it was kind of.
I
funny.
hated it.
I hated that it happened, but I didn't hate what I was watching. I was like, this is not something bad, but it should not have. You should not have gone this route.
I agree. It bothered me because of how much more potential and experience we could have seen between the Sonic characters
Right.
and action, potential action sequences we could have seen compared to that. But all right, is that
I-
everything?
Nope, I have my number 1.
Go ahead.
Which is left, which is Sonic the Hedgehog, also just called, unofficially it's known as Sonic Sat AM because it was on for
Yep.
Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
So that's definitely my number 1. I love that fucking show to death. It's my favorite characterization of Sonic. It's a lot more darker, but it's not fucking stupid. It's not like
Is that the
Oh.
one that has Sonic Says?
no, that's Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. No, that's the one where Robotnik is turning everyone into robots. That's his ultimate goal is to and it's darker, but it's not overly edgy in my opinion.
That's like the comics.
Yes, correct.
That's like
And the
the
comics
Sonic
took a
comics.
lot from that show. They kind of came out around the same
So
time.
that had Princess Acorn and
Princess
Rotor
Ellie
and
Acorn,
Rabon
yep,
and
yep, that's where they're all from.
Antion
Yep.
Decollete.
Yeah.
Like all those characters. Yeah.
Yep,
Like,
they all come from that. Love
How
that
did you
fucking
say his
show.
first name?
It's Antone, right? Or
I think it's-
Antione?
it's
Antoine.
Antoine. I never was able to pronounce that name.
Yeah, he was
Promise,
such a fucking
yeah.
bitch, and like Bunny was so hot, bro, and that shit like pissed me
Well,
the fuck off.
you see,
That
I
loser
don't-
was with her. I was like, yo, let like
What
Sonic.
loser was?
Fucking Antoine was fucking dating her.
Yeah,
Really?
Yes. You
Oh.
don't remember that?
What?
Well, yes, because Sonic was with Sally.
Yeah, like they
In a
like,
sense.
well, yeah, but they
In a
weren't like
sense.
official. Yeah, but I think
I
like
think they got married nowadays.
in the comics they did.
I'm
Like,
so
Archie
curious where they're
continued
at
with that.
the comics.
Dude,
with
okay,
that.
so I actually see like this on Twitter often,
What?
where they had like this crazy arc called the Metal Virus arc. Have you ever heard of this? Basically, there's like, it's like COVID, I guess, but like, if you get infected, you're turning metal, like you're turning into a full.
They've done it
robot.
before.
But it's like dark as fuck. Like Sonic is infected, like the whole entire arc, but I guess his metabolism's so fast or something he can like outrun the disease.
Right.
And all of his friends, like just one by one, they end up getting like infected.
It's like a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, like Charmy gets out, Vector has to save him, but then Vector has to go into quarantine with the rest of the Zombots. They call them.
Yeah.
It's like a zombie apocalypse type of deal.
So they've done that before, but more
But
childish
that's
ways.
the point of the show that I'm talking about is
Okay,
that
it is that.
where he's trying to take all of the creatures and
Right.
turn them into robots
Correct,
and
yeah.
make them, and it's
Do you both remember? I think his name's Uncle Chuck. It's Sonic's
yes, Uncle
who
Chuck.
turned
Yeah, he
half
turns him
robot.
into a robot in
Yes,
the show.
yes.
Yes.
I
Oh
don't
yeah.
remember
Yes.
that.
So you've seen the
Yes.
show, yes.
No, I read
You
the
read the
comics.
comics.
Oh, you read the
I read the
comics.
comics.
Okay, so that's where
Yeah.
the comics are kind of based off the show. All those characters were.
Dude, fuck Sally Acorn. I don't
No,
give a
dude.
shit about her.
Disagree. Hard disagree.
No,
She's the
I
best
don't.
like female character in that.
I
series.
agree. She's way better than fucking Amy Rose.
For sure.
Um.
They should really incorporate her in the games because she's that fucking good.
Yeah.
But we
I
have
agree.
sticks.
Wow,
right.
phenomenal. She's like fucking.
Just kidding. We don't need that fucking whatever
Yeah.
she
Oh,
is.
she's
So-
fucking stupid, dude.
So listen,
Marine the raccoon.
we're gonna make a general consensus top 5 here.
She's Australian.
I would like to mention.
Who are these new, like, there's two, like, lesbian animals now, too, in Sonic. I don't
in
know.
What?
Sonic?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's, like, someone named Surge who has electricity powers.
Yeah, but I don't think she's a lesbian.
I think she's, like, into a skunk girl or something.
In the comics? What
I
are
don't
we
know if
talking
this
about?
is, like, fandom shipping or not.
Dude, there
but
was a
this is-
there was a girl skunk, but she's
Yeah,
from the
that's so
new
funny to
comics,
me.
and the skunk was like Hershey, and she's from like the old She didn't see like some fan art of like people just like.
It could have been fan art. It definitely could have been.
That is
I
what it
thought
sounds
that they
like.
were together.
I think Chip and Chow should get together.
Who the hell is Chip?
Chip from
You
Sonic
know who
Unleashed.
Chip is.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
worst
Sonic-
Sonic
yeah,
character
yeah, yeah.
ever.
You know
Oh
who
my
Chip
God.
is. Yeah,
I
yeah,
hate
yeah,
him
yeah.
so bad,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I hate him.
Why do you hate him? What's your
Why
what's
do
your
you
beef
hate
with
him?
fucking Chip, dude?
I hated him so badly. I liked playing Unleashed too. I was like,
I-
wow, this is great.
Unleashed was a unique game.
I fucking
I never
hated
played
Chip
it.
so bad. I hated him. He was like, get the fuck off of me, dog.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Yeah, I'm definitely a Mr. Pickle stan, dude. Dr. Pickle. What the fuck was his name?
Mr. Pickles is
Mr. Pickles is an Adult Swim show.
It
That's-
is. But who the fuck was the Pickles guy? What was his name in Sonic Unleashed? The professor.
Probably
Oh.
Professor Pickles.
Yeah,
It was something
Probably.
pickle, dude. I gotta look it up, bro. That
Was
shit's
it
Was it like
crazy.
Professor Egad?
He was not as cool as
Dude,
fucking
did you know
Egad,
Professor
dude.
Egad is like behind the tragedy of Super Mario Sunshine?
He made
I
Flood.
don't know. I
He
don't, I
did.
don't
He
know.
made
that.
Flood.
He made Flood, but he
He also made the
made
paintbrush,
the
that
paintbrush.
Bowser Jr. Yeah,
Oh,
that
get
was
out.
just- yeah.
Yeah, and he
Mhm.
gave it to Bowser Jr. and then Bowser Jr. created pollution
Wow.
in Isle Delfino.
And very you see,
You are correct. His name is Professor Pickle.
it is.
Yeah, I'd
Okay, there you go.
imagine,
All right, let's get on to this general consensus top 5 here. So what we're gonna do? Well, first off, I would like to point out that Sonic is like a main theme for all of our lists.
Yeah.
I think like Sega like really made it a priority
Yeah.
to like really like put him in all sorts of media content.
Which is crazy because, like, when you think about like the ones that actually adapt what happens in the games, like, what are really the best ones there? I mean, it's definitely not.
It's definitely not Sonic.
Because I put like Sonic Sat AM, but that's definitely not a good adaptation of the show. That really takes a lot of liberties.
well,
and does
what's
its
the
own fucking
longest
thing.
running? Sonic
Like,
X.
Yeah, but Sonic X fucking sucks, dude.
it does.
It's
The
not
fights
good.
are horrible.
It might be horrible, but they did the right thing with Sonic X and putting it with those Saturday morning cartoons. It got the most viewership, and that's why it lasted so long. They were the smartest.
So.
They were the smartest with Sonic X. I will say that.
I think, Boom, lasted a while too.
I'll tell you.
And it's hilarious.
Boom, I see clips on TikTok.
That show is actually
hilarious.
really funny.
It
is
hilarious, yes.
But I've just never sat down. It would probably be on the list, but I've just never sat down and actually watched it.
I haven't either.
I've seen a few episodes.
All right, so from what we thought about as far as each other's top fives, we're going to make a top five list. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to eliminate one from all of our lists right now. The Cuphead show. I don't think it needs to be on there.
I agree. I think that's a crazy number one.
Crazy number one.
Yeah.
That's a crazy number one.
I gotta be honest.
Pokemon realistically should be number one on my list, but Cuphead, I do love it.
I think Pokemon should be on there. All right, so let me all right, I'm going to suggest a top 5. I'll write down this suggested top 5 on the list and we could change it up as we go.
Yeah.
Well, let's eliminate. Well, let's eliminate.
Away, like if you brought up before, which one is on the longest between all the Sonic shows?
Yeah.
Like if we're looking at all of these, which one lasted the longest? Like Pokemon drowns everyone else.
100%. It's the most superior thing.
But what are we basing on? What's the best? Is it
sure
like
Pokemon is the highest grossing thing in the world, like media thing in the world?
It's either that
Maybe
or number
low
2.
Key. I'm pretty sure because they sell dummy amounts of merch.
Yeah.
Crazy amounts of games, like plushies, other spin-off toys, cards. Like they have everything. Like I don't think I'm lying when I say it's the number one highest grossing media product thing.
What do you suggest to be the number one? Pokemon?
I would say Pokemon.
I'll put it down right now.
Well, what are we basing this off? What's the best adaptation or
best
what's the
adaptation?
But what do you consider because most of these are not one-to-one good adaptations of the games. They're really not. They take a lot of liberties.
You need to, right?
I mean, you have to with a lot of these franchises for sure.
Purposes, yeah,
perhaps, but I mean, even with the lore within the games, a lot of them take a lot of liberties and don't
Well, yeah, but,
really
but
adhere to.
It's almost like the sacrifice to do that to serve the story.
I suppose. I personally think as long as it respects the source material, it's evocative of it, and it's really entertaining, and there's nothing fucking absolutely stupid in there. Yeah. Then it's fine.
That should be the basis.
But have
in
you
our minds
did
right
you
now.
two within the last few years have you guys heard that Ash Ketchum was the world champion?
Yes, I have.
I feel like people that haven't cared about Pokemon in over 15 years heard that Ash Ketchum is the champion of the world and said fuck yeah.
I agree with that. I agree. I think everyone's heard about it.
I grew up with him.
I think it was a subtle everyone heard about it.
It was trending on Twitter, number one trending.
It was trending for me too, but I don't think for someone like me that hasn't played since after the DS.
I think if you watch the clip of him in his final fight, and it's Pikachu's about to be down, he's about to faint, whatever, and then the flashback starts, and you see the Squirtle with the glasses, and Charizard, and Bulbasaur, and Butterfree, and Pidgeot, and all of the original crew.
Yeah,
you're I was there for that.
Okay,
I saw him catch that
and for
crabby.
me, that would be a bit emotional.
Right.
Me. So
yeah, but that's also you gotta take into account how many people are watching that show from when it first came out. When did the show first come out? Was that 98?
Yeah, I think
98,
so.
I think.
Yeah, 98, and when they stopped using Ash.
What makes me want to say it was 95 though?
No, because the first game came out in 90.
That's what I'm saying.
No, the first game came out in 96.
It says the copyright C and then 1995.
They probably named it that and trademarked it in 95, but I don't think the first game came out till 96.
Oh.
But that's the crazy thing about Pokemon. Make the game green and red, and then they had to send it over to America to make blue and red. Then they made the anime that was so popular
that they made Yellow.
Yellow,
yes.
which is a game based off of an anime based off of a game.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
And then sequel on sequel on sequel. We're about to hit Gen 10. That's crazy to me. We have over 1,000 Pokemon in the Pokédex. And the 1,000th Pokemon in that Pokédex is literally 1,000 coins.
I think we could be in agreement right now to make it concrete that Pokemon is number one. As the most successful, the most popular among people.
Maybe the most successful, but I'm not going to call it the best. I'm not going to call it the best.
What would you put as your number one?
As my number one?
With everything that's been spoken of.
That's on all of our,
Correct.
that we all like. It's got to be something Sonic, dude. It really does.
You think so? I don't think so.
That,
I don't think it even compares to Pokemon.
Yeah, but Pokemon's successful for sure, but that doesn't make it the best. Just because you're the most successful. I mean, it's really all just opinion. I mean, I wouldn't.
It is all opinion.
I wouldn't say it's the
concept
best
is-
though, just because of its success. I wouldn't rate it on that. I mean, how much entertainment value? Like, how far along did you follow that anime series? Really? You didn't follow it the whole way through.
Only correct.
So are you gonna call it the best adaptation? You haven't followed it like the
watched
entire way.
A lot of it.
For when I did watch it though, very
Sure, like the
very,
first, but
very loyal to the game.
I would say the
watched,
first, the Indigo
very
League.
loyal to the game.
I would say the Indigo League was very good, and then I would say Orange Islands was also very good, and then I would say it kind of fell off after that. I mean,
It picked up crazy though. Like people say the sixth generation when you know who Greninja is from Smash,
Of course.
obviously, but Ash Greninja was a really big deal, and he came in second place, and that was a big thing that broke the internet.
Yeah.
And then he became the champion of Alola in Gen 7, and that was a huge deal, and people were very excited. Then he became champion of the world. I think you'd be hard pressed to find one person above the age of 1 year old that does not know who Pikachu is.
Yeah.
I think everyone in this country
agree.
probably knows who Pikachu is, and I don't think you could say the same about
do you know
Sonic.
who Pikachu is?
But it's probably close.
Oh, okay.
I know more about Pokemon than I do about Sonic.
Right.
And I'm
Fair
somebody who
enough.
has Nothing to. I actually.
Do you know who
watched
Sonic
some of
is?
The TV show.
You know who Sonic is?
Yeah, I know who Sonic is.
Okay. Do you know who Tails is?
Not until I.
Yeah, have you ever
was
heard of
forced to watch
SBO?
the movie.
You know who
She
Eggman is?
doesn't. She doesn't know who
No.
SPO. Yes,
You don't know anybody else from
Do
Sonic
you know who
other
the
than Sonic.
Flickies are?
What?
You know who the Flickies are? Shut the fuck up, Jesse Brown.
the flickies.
The fucking Flickies.
Well, listen. I think we're gonna make it concrete right now. Our number one is Pokemon. Two out of
That's
two out of
deserved,
yeah. 2 out of 3.
Yeah, I'd say.
Why aren't we
yeah.
starting from number 5 up to 1?
Well, because I think it's so obvious.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
I think it's very obvious with that.
Yeah, I disagree. Fuck this podcast. And
It's your podcast, dude.
yeah, I'm not having these guests on anymore.
Yeah.
Fuck these losers.
All right, I maybe we could go this route as number 2. I think it has to be something Sonic.
No, I don't want to put Sonic on there now.
Yeah, okay. Now you're being spiteful with it.
I mean, if we're comparing, are we putting? We're just putting Sonic just like we just put.
No.
Pokemon?
It has to be a specific Sonic thing.
Because I mean, I think with all due respect, you could toss Sonic the Hedgehog 1 that came out just a few years ago. You could toss.
Are we
that.
going to count the
It's not-
movies as an entire? Because I listed them as an entire thing. Are we going to count them as an entire
I didn't though. So in that case, we're gonna separate them.
All right. Well,
I
let's
guess
pick.
Sonic the
Let's pick the
Hedgehog
best. Let's pick the best out of them.
I agree.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I think if we're picking the best, we have to kick off the shows too. It's just.
Well,
between Sonic
no,
2,
we got to
3,
pick
and
off.
OVA.
Well, if you want the. Well, I mean, we could have other Sonic on the list,
I think so too.
but if you want to match it up to the shows, I mean, let's first pick out the best out of the
All right.
out of the trilogy.
Out of the movies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
picking
go.
the OVA.
Whoa! Out of the movies,
Out
live
of-
action.
Yeah, out of the new movies, the new trilogy.
Oh,
It's 2.
I would agree. Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah, I don't hate that.
Okay.
But I consider
Well, that was easy
I
and
think there's
boring.
4 Sonic movies. I think the OVA is a Sonic movie.
It is a
Yeah, but
movie.
there's
but
multiple
We
movies.
just said live action. Now let's go to cartoon, which is only 1. So we now have Sonic the Hedgehog 2 versus Sonic the Hedgehog. What do you call it?
It's
Oh,
the OVA. Which
OVA.
don't even ask me what that stands for. I don't.
Original
Yeah.
video animation.
is that what it is?
Yeah.
Stupid. And then
I
then
don't
we're
think
and
so.
then we're
I
gonna
don't
go
think it's
shows.
stupid.
And
Why is
then
it
we're gonna-
stupid, Frank?
Because what OVA?
Oh yeah,
Who
original
the hell's
video
gonna know what that
animation.
means? Like,
It's an original video
I bet you
animation.
people that want to sound cool and saying that don't even know what it means.
I know what it
I
means.
will bet money on that.
I've watched
I-
OVAs before. There's an Attack on Titan one that's really good. There's
It means it's not based on anything in
Yeah,
particular.
yeah.
It's just created by a lot of animes will do OVAs where they just make an episode, but it's not because a lot of animes are adaptations
Did you ever
of
see
the
that My Hero
mangas.
Academia episode where they do training with another school and they have that zombie quirk and they all turn into zombies.
Is that a movie?
No, it's an OVA.
No. I hate when they do that shit. I hate
Why?
that.
It's just bonus content.
And
That's
really, it's just
not
bonus.
canon.
Yeah.
No, most of it is.
Don't-
JoJo did it. JoJo had the spoke Rohan shit. But
Is
I mean,
that-
Is that
Titans was canon
what is
too.
that past? When did that happen?
When was it? Like they still make episodes like every now and then.
No, but when did that happen? That
When-
OVA.
After part 4.
That's what I'm saying.
They did
I-
one with
I
Attack
haven't
on
followed
Titan
it
that was
since
like
then. I don't know
technically
about that.
canon, but it's non-consequential. Like
But that's actually based on something, so I think it just isn't like made into like a show specifically. It's just
Yeah.
like we're gonna make this, throw it out there.
All right, listen.
whatever, but
we're
it's
gonna
like
do
canon
this.
a
Ready
lot.
for number 2? We're gonna write 3 different things right now. Okay. Sonic 2, Sonic OVA, and now show-wise, best Sonic.
I would just go with Sad AM, absolutely. But I know you two haven't seen it.
Okay.
yeah, I haven't
haven't
seen it, but it
I mean, you
sounds
read the
cool.
comics, so I mean that's
I love the comics.
that's really similar.
There's so much more lore to the comics than there is the games.
Yeah. Well, all that lore,
Big time.
all that lore
actually.
pretty
Yeah,
much,
they-
pretty much
Big time.
almost
Probably
comes
way
from
more
that fucking TV
dialogue.
show.
Yeah, big time.
That TV show is like originator on a lot of that
Who's that
fucking
other
shit.
guy? Isn't there another professor in there that looks like the guy Scar from Billy and Mandy?
Snidely, dude, and that's
Snidely,
fucking
that's
Robotnik's
Eggman's cousin.
That's
Or
it's his nephew. It's his nephew.
It's his nephew.
Yes, his name is Snidely Kintober, and
Snively,
Kintober is
that's
actually Robotnik
Snively,
backwards.
We always called him. Yeah, we always called him Snively.
Yeah. Yeah, he's it might
So
be Snively.
do we even add an animated to this number 2?
I don't think it's necessary.
So Sonic 2 or Sonic OVA?
I like the OVA better.
As like an adaptation,
Yeah.
dude, I don't know because the OVA is not like a good adaptation that either. I mean, it's definitely like I said based on like what I would consider a good
I mean,
adaptation.
if you're gonna go like best adaptation, like obviously Sonic 2.
I mean,
is
based off
better
of
as
what
an
I said
adaptation.
earlier of like what's
what
a good
I
adaptation,
enjoy more, I like the OVA.
I would say
better.
yeah, I probably enjoy the OVA better.
We are talking about top 5 best
If
adaptations
it's
of
whatever,
video
if
games
it's
to movie.
purely,
I
I
would
mean,
say
because I
Sonic.
like Sonic 2 too. I'm not mad at it, but
Yeah.
if I'm picking preference, I like the OVA.
Yeah, it's
Well,
a lot.
okay, well,
I feel like it's timeless. It's
no,
a lot.
no, no.
It's so nice to
Fair
look
enough.
at.
I
yeah.
would have voted Sonic 2, but it seems like you two are voting
I would
OVA.
probably. I would pick the OVA.
Then
Yeah.
then OVA are we okay with OVA being number 2?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that's fine.
Okay.
I definitely think Kirby Right Back At You should be on there.
Right back at you.
Okay. Now we got 3 left. 5, 4, and 3. We could either start with 5 or we could start with 3.
Just keep doing what we were doing.
Fair enough. I think The Last of Us has to be on there as a serious
It
show.
is really good,
I'm not. Nope.
which I'm not even caught up on, but I watched like half of it. But
Did
I
you
was
play
like,
the
wow,
game?
this is
I thought you
great.
finished it.
Dude, I have started so many shows and enjoyed so many shows that I started, and then I just never finished.
Did
it.
you play the
I
game?
swear you told me you finished it unless you were
Nah.
lying.
Did any of you play
I
the
didn't
game?
say that. No,
What?
Did any of you play the Last of Us game?
Negative.
no, I haven't had a PlayStation or Xbox in like.
I think based on that, you can't even put it on there.
I think it's a good argument to have. But the show is so good. It is like so fucking good. That's why I have
I
it.
thought that the girl was hilarious. I don't know. I saw so many people.
But that's what
flaming her.
she's like in the game. And to be fair, I did play a little bit of the first Last of Us for the gaming series.
How far?
A little bit after they both met each other.
Okay.
Not far at all.
Yeah, that's literally like the first like 20 minutes of the game. Maybe
No,
30.
to be fair, that's a little bit longer than that.
I think
Are
we
you
should
sure?
save number
Yeah.
3 for when they eventually make a live action Super Monkey Ball.
Dude,
Yeah,
I was
okay, dude.
thinking that literally while I was driving over here. I was
Super
like, what if they made like
Shut
an adaptation of fucking Super? No, like what if they did? Like what would that fucking be?
With the cameo from Samba de Amigo.
Listen, they
No, dude, it'd be like the
made-
Minecraft movie where they're all in fucking balls and they're like,
Yeah.
where are we?
Yeah.
Rolling around in this ball, I feel crazy like some sort of monkey.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Who are you? Me?
I'm Knights.
I'm I.
Yeah.
I'm fucking Knights, bro. Nice to dream.
Let's throw this on the table real quick to maybe be thrown off the table.
That needs
right
an
away.
adaptation, dude.
Does anything Mario wise get added on this list?
I think
What do you really
certainly
have to choose
somewhere.
from? It's like, or unless you want to include
The show and the movie.
the show and the movie, but they also have those OVAs too. If you ever seen them.
I haven't, and I'm
I've
gonna
never
have to
even
say
heard.
they're not even in contention.
Yeah, I would say they're not in
I
contention
like them.
either.
I like them. I thought they were pretty
I've
good.
never even heard.
Me
Okay.
neither.
That's because they're
yeah.
Japanese only.
Yeah. Well,
Well, it's got to be the fucking movie. It definitely wouldn't put
Yeah,
Super Mario Super
probably,
Show.
yeah.
But
on
do
there.
we even is Mario even worth mentioning for our actual top
yeah,
5?
I mean, definitely.
I think so. I think
It's the highest grossing of all the actual movies. I think. I think it beat Detective Pikachu.
But I just think it's good. I just think it's a plainly like good movie,
Yeah,
and
it's
I
good.
think it's a lot of fan service.
So we're talking about the
And-
Super Mario Brothers movie. the one
Yes,
that
it's
came out a
nothing
couple years
fucking
ago.
crazy. Like I said, it's good as like it adapts things well. It changes up some things here and there, but it's probably kind of the closest to an adaptation that you can
Yeah,
kind of
Yeah, I
get of
agree.
a video game.
I agree. So where do we want that? 3, 4, or 5? Let's put it on the side that it's going to be one of them.
That's what we should have been doing originally, and fucking ranked them all.
This is a learning process here of how it's going to go
That's
forward.
true. I just feel so unprofessional on my own podcast. Right
Neither
now.
of you guys watched or know any lore of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, I
No.
saw the movie too.
But do you know, like, do you ever watch like Matt Pat's like original stuff?
I don't
on
really
that?
watch that shit, dude. I haven't watched that shit since I was like 12.
It's
dude.
old now. It's old now.
But like I watched the movie and I thought it was like okay. I didn't think it was anything spectacular.
Yeah, no, I mean, I knew that's kind of what I expected walking in, but it is relative, kind of a good adaptation.
Adaptation?
They-
I would say
Like the 5 dead kids thing, like that was legit, I guess. But then there's a point where they kind of like team up with Freddy and Foxy and all them, and I was just like that.
I would
No,
say
not
I would say
kinda.
to a degree that was also a fairly kind of accurate adaptation from
Yeah.
what I know.
Like I would maybe put that at 5, but
I
we got to
wouldn't.
see
I
where
wouldn't.
else everything else falls.
I still
I'll
still
write
want
that
Kirby on
down
there,
too,
bro.
into contention.
I want
Freddy's-
Kirby.
To FNAF.
I just put
I want
Freddy's.
Kirby, dude. I think Kirby belongs on there. Kirby right back at you is
Yeah.
fucking phenomenal.
Oh, you agree too? Well, I'll throw Kirby.
It is good.
I'll throw Kirby on the suggestions.
Kirby.
Why, you disagree? You don't think Kirby should be on there?
I haven't watched it. I don't know.
You've never seen Kirby right back at you?
I've heard of it. I've seen the commercials.
What the
I've never
I've
watched.
seen a few episodes.
I've
I
never
don't know,
watched.
actually.
Phenomenal show of my childhood.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, 4 kids.
Like in reality, we could fill this list right now. And if I was to do it, from what I've heard and what I've seen, Super Mario Bros. Movie would be 3, Freddy's would be 4, Kirby would be 5.
I would not put 5 Nights at Freddy's on there.
Oh, so you wouldn't?
I wouldn't put it on there.
Oh, well,
Well,
I'm
what
gonna-
else have we even said? Like we're running. I feel like we mentioned so much Sonic. Like
We could
So
talk
much
we're
about
Sonic.
fucking putting Tekken on there or Ratchet and Clank.
Could I-
So.
we could talk about the F-Zero show.
Well, could I mention other notable movies and shows I haven't watched? Maybe you guys watched?
Yeah, sure,
Okay.
go for it. I mean,
Fallout?
Nope.
nope,
I heard it was very good. Halo, live action.
dog shit.
Resident Evil, anything of Resident Evil movies.
Never seen any of them.
I saw one of them. It was pretty good. Mortal Kombat, new or old?
Nope.
Like the cartoon Mortal Kombat or like
No,
the
there's-
movies?
there's-
Mortal
Well,
Kombat?
movie
I'm
recently.
more referring of the live action movies.
I've never seen any of them.
Okay. Angry Birds, you mentioned. The Cuphead show, you mentioned. Tomb Raider, old and new.
Never seen them.
Those are the only ones I had.
Do the Lego Star Wars specials count because they're based off the Lego Star Wars video games?
You mean Star Wars: The Thumb Wars?
No,
What are you
I
talking
wouldn't
about?
count. I wouldn't count that because that's
You don't
based
know what
on.
that
I'm
is.
talking
Lego.
about Darth Vader's summer vacation where it's just his helmet and he's got like a fucking
You don't know what the Thumb Wars are?
swimsuit on. What?
The Star Wars: The Thumb
Yeah,
Wars?
I remember that. Yeah.
Oh man.
So I think we're stuck with these 3.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Unless Jesse wants to put Tack and the Power of Juju on there.
Dude, no, I don't want that.
Oh, that was a show.
It was. And
That
that
was a
game
show,
is not
too.
even fucking good.
There was
so
a game
I don't
first.
know why they adapted.
Wow,
Oh,
they
man.
did make a show. Wow.
And rabbits.
You know, could I tell you what? The Jimmy Neutron idea. This is so random, but it kind of works with Tack, and I'll tell you why. The Jimmy Neutron idea of banking on a movie to make the show successful was so fucking risky, right?
Okay.
They're doing it again.
I know they're making a reboot, but tack to produce a whole show off a video game that wasn't even good to make a franchise successful. That was a big risk.
That
to
game,
take too.
that game
Successful
sold.
is a strong word.
No, that game
It
sold a
wasn't-
fucking
no,
shit
no.
ton.
Did
No.
it?
That game sold a fucking shit
Did
ton,
it?
dude. Yeah.
The show
So I
did
guess it
well,
was
though?
successful, maybe because of the show.
No, the show came way after the game. I remember I
Oh, so
got the
that's
game.
why they made the
I
show.
had the game too.
Yeah, I had the game
Turned it
before
off
the
in
show.
like an hour.
Oh yeah, it fucking sucks. It's awful. It's not good.
It's not good at all. You know what other game I had for like an hour? I actually stole this from Blockbuster. Come for me. But I still have it. The Nintendo 64 cartridge of Glover.
Oh, dude, it's
fucking-
literally
It's right
here.
over there.
It's
I
literally
literally
here.
stole
What
that
a
from
fucking
Blockbuster.
amateur move. Why don't you even take Donald Duck going quackers,
Dude,
bro?
I actually know someone who is like vividly, like incredibly obsessed with that game. But
Are you fucking serious?
Did we have that game?
No. Not that I know of. We had a GBA game. I think that was Scrooge, though.
No, I think it was Gone Quackers.
I mean, is it about Scrooge and in his mansion?
I'm pretty sure the game had a Game Boy Advance port.
Maybe that's what we had instead.
Maybe. I don't think
I
it
don't
was
know.
in color. It might, I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's get all right. I want to get this list taken care of, but
Okay.
then I want a suggestion from each of us as far as what do we want there to be the next adaptation of.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll suggest, like I said before, Super Mario Brothers movie 3, Freddy's
X.
2,
I'm
and
thinking of
Kirby
Tag
5.
2, baby. Tag 2.
Go ahead. What do you got?
What?
What do you got?
What?
I said Super Mario Brothers movie at 3,
Mm-hmm.
Freddy's 4, Kirby 5.
Get that fucking Freddy shit out of here, bro. That's not going on the list.
Well, what would you
Why?
replace
I
it
think
with?
we said it was somewhat accurate as an adaptation. I would put it at like
Yeah, but it
1.5.
wasn't that good either. Like, it was like accurate to the lore, I guess, but it wasn't
But
that
also,
great.
realistically, how much good quality did we even spit out today on our list? Like there wasn't much. I
I
feel.
think Pokemon's a pretty decent show, and I
Yeah,
think
and it's at
Sonic
number one.
OVA is too.
Well, they're already on the list. They're out of the
But that's what I'm
discussion
saying. How
now.
much quality did we mention?
Yeah,
like, these are
from
the,
what we have remaining, like
I think Kirby definitely deserves to go on there.
Cuphead's clearly not getting on the list. I liked it.
You know what? I'll put Cuphead back on the table.
No, put Kirby on the fucking list. Let's do that. Let's agree.
I would rather
And,
put
like,
Cuphead
honestly,
I would rather put Cuphead on
over Kirby.
Yes.
You're fucking dumb.
Well, he hasn't seen Kirby.
You're so fucking stupid.
And if we're talking about like actual pure adaptations, my honorable mention of Detective Pikachu would be number like one of them.
But listen, let's keep it one per franchise.
That's what
with
well,
this.
that's what you were saying about Sonic. You said
Yeah.
we could add more later.
All right.
but
Well, Mario's going on there. Just put Mario at number
battling
3.
against each other.
just put Mario at 3, I guess.
Yeah, put Mario at 3.
Fair enough. Okay.
Even though there was no Toadsworth.
Which was stupid.
He
They
didn't,
made
didn't he have a cameo in it? I thought he had there was a reference
no,
of Toad.
dude. It was a regular fucking Toad who spoke like an old man.
No,
it
I
wasn't
thought
even
I thought there was a
Toadsworth.
reference of it. No, like there's some Easter egg of like Toadsworth in the movie. I'm
Was
pretty
there?
sure.
I didn't know.
There's
that.
one
that
of
I
there's
know
one of
of.
Toadette. She's on
I
like a
didn't notice
poster
that
somewhere.
either.
Dude, Toadette,
Is bad,
I
bro.
don't give a fuck about her.
Oh.
I never have.
That
Like,
conversation went not where I think that.
no. Toadette, Smurfette, anyone with an et, die. Like, I don't give a fuck.
They're not it, right? They're not it. You like what I
That
did
wasn't
there?
bad.
Sorry.
That wasn't bad.
Sorry,
Thank you.
dudette.
Thank you. Coming from the most critical of me. Jesse.
I didn't laugh. Like,
Well,
let's not get
no,
crazy.
but you said it wasn't bad, and for that, I'm surprised. All right, 4 and 5.
Or.
You
You know what it is. Like, it's iconic.
I didn't see the movie. I really don't have much to say, but I would put it at
What
4.
else do you have on your list, Frank?
The Last of Us.
That's it.
Otherwise it's Sonic or Mario. The Last of Us, I think, has to be on there. I think it would be a big disservice.
I agree. I think it's quality. Like, it should be on there.
Dude,
because
I'm pining for Kirby to be on there, bro. I really am. Why can't you guys just throw me a
I
fucking
don't
bone
hate-
on my
I
own
don't hate
podcast?
that either.
Well, let's think of it this way. There's 2 votes out of 3 right now for The Last of Us. It's going on the list.
All right. So, what do you want on
Then
there,
there's
Jesse?
2 votes for Kirby too. I mean, I don't know how you felt about Freddy's. though. If you said that then there's 2 votes for everything.
You also said that you're willing to put Cuphead on it.
Yeah, but that's when I thought we were at a standstill. I don't want Cuphead on it. Okay. How about...
If you want to put Last of Us at number 5, like, I'll agree with that, but Kirby's got to be at number 4.
But what's your reasoning for The Last of Us? Like, what's the hate for it?
Dude, I just think the actors do not, like, look remotely at all like the people that, like, were in the game. They don't remotely look like Ellie and Joel.
They don't. And that was one of the first
Is that
things
the
I
biggest
brought up.
qualifying factor, though?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Well, because I'm looking at an adaptation, right? And if, like, you can't even convince me that these are the characters, then it fails for me as an adaptation.
Did you watch the whole first season?
No, I didn't watch the whole first season because I wasn't interested in it. Because I literally saw it. I saw the trailer. I was like, nope.
And what
do not
was
fucking
that?
care.
What was that because of?
Just because of what they looked like, that they weren't Joel.
I didn't think that they
Ellie,
looked
or
like.
Ellie.
I didn't fuck with the trailer at all. I didn't like the dialogue that was in it. I was just like, this looks like fucking stupid. I was like, why do I need to do that? I was like, I've already played the game, which is phenomenal game. The first game is amazing.
Yeah.
But I was like, what more can this do for me? On top of that,
I mean, everyone has their own. I mean, listen.
I mean, like, think of it
film
opposite
is
way.
subjective,
Like, you guys,
but,
if
like,
you guys had played the games, maybe you guys would have the same opinion, but you didn't.
maybe you're right.
Right.
But
So I'm speaking as
but
this-
I also love
Like,
the
if-
show,
if-
and I
if-
know many people that played that first game
Mhm.
and second game, and are in love with the show. And I think I think it's worthy of being on this list. I think it's a fair adaptation and a loyal adaptation. Besides the looks of the actors to character, I think it's a loyal, truthful adaptation of the game.
Well, not to sound hypocritical, because like I said, an adaptation's got to be like the show, and if this is like it, I said it doesn't add anything for me.
Yeah.
But that's also because I feel like I'm getting a more of a subpar experience watching
Without
it.
a
What
doubt.
game does
With
Kirby follow?
What game does the Kirby show follow?
Yeah.
Kirby Mass Attack with Escargoon.
Based off of a background cameo?
No, he wasn't a background. He was a boss.
Okay, he was a boss.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's in legitimizing your statements or whatever you call it.
That it
I think
needs to
that's
be-
what he's doing right now.
But we
I
also-
think
but
that's
we
what
also-
he's doing right now.
No, but we also
I'm just
discussed.
kidding, I'm
No,
kidding.
no, but even though we also discussed that an adaptation doesn't have to be a one-to-one to be good. To be
No,
on
correct.
There. So we've
Well,
already decided
you wanna
that.
know-
Because if that were the case, that Sonic OVA wouldn't be fucking on there.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Well, to my argument to you and what you said would be that it's hard to make a video game movie so completely loyal to. We talked about this before.
Well, no, but it should also have something that like pulls me
That
in. Like
adds
when
on.
when the new, maybe it adds on, but also be like good enough for me to want to watch it. Like the Last of Us show, it's like, why should I want to watch it when I've already played the game, which was an amazing experience? Like, how could that even add to anything that I
why
want
did
to
you Why
that?
did you see Sonic 1 and 2 in theaters?
Because that was completely different. There was no game like the Sonic.
Well, correct on that point. Maybe that was a bad example.
But like
Why'd you watch the Mario movie?
that also had shit that wasn't like the game. There's also
I think it was
there's also
very much like the game.
very much like the game, but it was also supposed to be a more faithful adaptation. I said this could enhance it. This could be something good. It's also curiosity. I have no curiosity about the Last of Us show. I was curious about the Mario movie. I was like, how the fuck is this going to turn out?
I'm on a total different opinion. It's for me, for not even playing The Last of Us, it's like, let's see how this show turns out rather than Mario, which seems to be just Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Like, The Last of Us, like, oh, this could be fucking different. And it was different.
Well, what's the plot of the Mario movie going to be like? Because Mario really has no fucking plot. Like, you're going into it being like,
Right.
Good point, too.
That's
what
a
is
good
this
point.
fucking shit?
That's a good
What's this
point,
got to
too.
be about?
That's a
Like,
good
how the
point,
fuck are they
too.
going to make a movie about Mario?
Yeah.
With Last of Us, it's like, well, I've already seen the game, which is like peak excellence. Like, why would I I think about other adaptations, like the Persona 5 like adaptation, like where they turn that into an anime. It's like, well, what's the fucking point of watching that if you already played the game, which gives you that and much more? It's like, what's the point of an adaptation if you're not?
So I think in my defense, the only reason why I want The Last of Us on there is because I didn't play the game, and I'm not expecting anything. And so much crazy and traumatic shit fucking happens in that show that it's like, what the fuck? Like, this is a fucked up world.
Mm-hmm.
These people are living a fucked up life, Like, this is so interesting. I am so attached to these characters.
I mean, I will admit that I don't know much about the show. I only know much about what I saw from that trailer, and from what I saw from that trailer, I was like, this is like worse. So what's the fucking point?
I don't think it's fair.
Yeah, but you also have it. Like, I'm the only one here who's really played the game all the way
I agree,
through,
but you
right?
also
and
didn't
you guys
watch
are on the
show.
opposite spectrum. Where you've only seen this fucking show.
Right, exactly.
So it's literally like whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to put it on there, whatever. But I still think Kirby should be on there.
So why don't we do Kirby and The Last of Us, not Freddy's? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, but I would want Kirby at number 4.
I don't give a shit. I mean, I think Freddy's was good, but I'd
put Freddy's. You know what?
know.
I would put Freddy's over there over The Last of Us, honestly.
I'm gonna fight for The Last of Us. I really am. Because it's my
So
only
you gotta
side.
choose. You want Last
It's
of
my
Us or
only
Five Nights at
side.
Freddy's? It's
Like,
up
your
to you.
side is Kirby, your side is Freddy's. I have to have a side.
Well,
It's
Freddy's
The
I
Last
can
of Us.
relate to on that because I've never played any Five Nights at Freddy's game.
I never
haven't
have
either.
I just watched.
All right.
I haven't either.
So I'm in the same boat as you guys are with The Last of Us. So I mean, if Frank wants The Last of Us and I want Five Nights at Freddy's, you got to be the breaking tie in that one. Which one do you want?
Yeah.
And that insinuates Kirby's locked in.
Well, do you not want Kirby on there?
I don't give a shit.
I mean, we could debate 3 and 4 and 5, whatever replacements you want. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, this whole fucking discussion is really fucking stupid, but whatever.
I would probably put Freddy's and Last of Us if it were like just solely up to me, because I don't remember that much about Kirby, and I'm not like super into the Kirby lore. But so I'm not like an expert to talk about it. Like, I know the other two more.
What would you
Actually,
have?
No, I don't. I know Kirby more than Last of Us.
Yes, you do. Absolutely, you do.
So
Yeah.
what do you think?
I don't know. I guess I would do Freddy's at 4 and Kirby at 5. But even that seems like such an injustice, though, because Last of Us is so good. So, whatever. I could
Freddy's
live
at
with it.
4, Kirby at 5.
Yeah, I could live with that. But Last of Us, like, you're that guy.
I will. It's so unfortunate, but I'll agree to it. As far as accuracy to the video game, to the media
This is
production.
so complicated. I feel like a lot of our justification for a lot of this shit is also hypocritical.
I
feel like this is a very, like...
Starting with number 2, like, we immediately went, like, total hypocrisy.
You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like a lot of my reasons for disliking some of these things are different than, like, you know, because you make a fair point. Like, what's, you know, like, it doesn't, you know, I put this shit on here, but it's like, those aren't, like, accurate to the...
But it was good.
Well, I
But they were good, yeah. But what makes an adaptation want? I guess my real question, what I'm going to write down to, is what makes something want to be like watch? What makes it like a worthwhile adaptation that piques your interest?
As far as video games,
as far as these adaptations, like
I think for mainly the general audience is that it's truthful to the original.
I
think it's got to be
essentially,
truthful
like,
to original,
nostalgia
right?
bait and just surrounding the characters that you love and grew up with, like fucking.
But I think there's certain things you can do with these, like with the medium, that you can't do in video games. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And I think
And
that's
that's
what
what
it's got to
makes
be.
video games video
I
games.
think
nostalgia.
I think
is such a
story wise, it
huge
has to
part of the
enhance it,
formula.
and I think that's what I got to get down to. It's got to enhance. Like if you're like a 1-to-1 adaptation, then you got to enhance the story in some way. Because at that point, why bother?
Yeah, I mean that's just, I guess, on the basis of
Like, you gotta
why
add
make these in the first
more
place,
detail
but,
or clean shit up.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know. In Sonic 3 in theaters, when you start hearing the guitar for Live and Learn, everyone is like,
Yeah.
like everyone's into that shit. That's what makes the money. People go for that small moment.
Right. It's what I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They go for the moment.
But would
They
you
don't
see
go
a
for the whole
1-to-1
thing.
adaptation of Sonic Adventure 2 in theaters? Let's just say it was like a
would
CG
I?
film. Yeah, the whole fucking thing. Would you?
Yeah.
A Sonic Adventure 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too.
It would probably be trash, though. Like,
I
That's
kind
the
of
point,
agree with
though.
Well,
that.
the plot of Sonic Adventure 2 fucking sucks. So yeah,
It
kind
has
of.
to be a happy medium as far as what the movie's founded.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't need to spend like 20 minutes of fucking Knuckles flying around Pumpkin Hill looking for emeralds. Like, that would be trash.
I think that'd be fucking awesome. Honestly, I would laugh really hard.
As part of a cohesive story.
If it had the Pumpkin Hill
When we
theme
got
playing the
Tails,
entire
like,
time,
in a
yes, I
mech
would.
Going through Prison Island, and then it goes to Knuckles digging and seeing Rouge.
Dude, that could be a fucking awesome action sequence, having Tails go through fucking Prison Island, blowing up all those fucking robots.
To Knuckles gliding around aimlessly on Pumpkin Hill. It's like, what are we doing? Like, that's not a cohesive.
Well, you don't need to show every fucking scene. You know what I mean?
That's the thing,
Like,
though.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. Like,
Yeah.
it can't be a one-to-one adaptation. You need to make something else because none of these will transfer good. Pokemon works as an anime, but could you imagine if it was a movie and you had to go to Brock, to Misty, to Lieutenant Surge, to Erica? That shit would be fucking boring. Like, real boring.
I mean, the Pokemon anime, like, really at its core kind of is that, though. It's just going from gym to gym.
But then you have
some of these adventures in
and then
between,
you have,
exactly.
Jesse and James and Meowth.
Keep discussing. I want to piss real quick. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Yeah, like Team Rocket is not at all part. I mean, Team Rocket is, yes, our version of Team Rocket.
Jesse James and
is
and
totally
Meowth.
not in the games at all. But I would say they're like the heart of the show. And then you have like Ash, and then his rotating partners of like Misty, Brock, May,
Dawn,
Iris, Silent. I think.
I don't fucking know, dude.
Tracy.
I dropped off after 4, so I couldn't even tell you.
I hated Tracy.
Dude, I love Tracy. I'm a big fan of Tracy, especially in Pokemon Puzzle League. He's like, "Hi, I'm
tried
Tracy."
playing that game recently. It is hard. It is really hard.
No, dude, you gotta see. It can be hard.
It is.
But when you have to get into a certain state of mind. It's like a Zen mode when you're into Pokemon
Those
Puzzle
puzzles, dude. I'm only good at Mean Bean. Like, I'm so Mean Bean wired up here.
No,
like,
dude, I'm the
I need
opposite.
to.
I'm not as good at Mean Bean or
That's
Puyo
like
Puyo
the only.
as.
Like my cousin. Have you met my cousin John? His wife Sopan.
No, I don't think so. I
Sopan.
don't think
She's
so.
big into Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Okay,
And
I
she's
play
like,
that
yeah,
too.
I'll destroy you in this, and she does the regular Tetris.
Yeah.
It's like I suck at Tetris. Like weirdly, I suck at it.
Yeah, but
And
you're
then I
good
went
at
to the
Puyo
Puyo
Puyo.
Puyo. I'm like, this is Mean Bean. Bink, bink, bink.
Yeah.
I crushed her. Like,
I'm the opposite way, dude. Like I do shitty at Puyo Puyo and Tetris.
really?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Like I'm not
like
horrible,
Puyo
but
Puyo
I'm not
brains.
that great at them. But like when it comes to,
I suck at Tetris.
dude, I lock
for
in.
real.
I lock in on Panel de Pon and Puzzle League, dude. I'm hyper focused. It's like
That's
like
so
a Zen
weird.
mode.
That's like a left brain, right brain thing. Like
It's
whatever
got to
it
be
is.
something. Like I fucking love that game to bits. Like that's literally in my like top 10 games.
Me
of
and
all
my
time.
roommate, my sophomore year of college, Jeremy, we beat Mean Bean. Both of us beat Mean Bean on hard mode, and
Really?
then we were doing the verses, and we were crazy with it. Like they
Really?
would go like over 10 minutes at a time. Like,
Dude,
God,
I've
I'm
beaten
obsessed.
Pokemon Puzzle League on hard.
You have?
I have. It's just you gotta lock
Dude,
in.
it was pissing me.
I'm
off,
telling you,
dude.
it's
I
like-
beat the first guy. I could not get past Misty.
I've never been able to do it like one shot. I've had to retry a couple stages or
Yeah.
whatever. But like, dude, like when you get in that mode, it's like crazy.
That game is hard as fuck.
It's so good.
Let's finish this list up.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Freddy's 4, Kirby 5. I'm fine with sacrificing Last of Us off of it.
Do you agree with that placement, or do you want to
Yeah, I
flip flop
do.
it? I'd flip flop it, but whatever. That's fine. I got what I
Are
want.
we all in agreement with it?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'll just have better guests on next time that agree with me completely about
Yeah.
everything.
Okay, so I'll state it off right now. Our number 5. What's the show fully called?
Which one?
Kirby.
Kirby right back at you.
Kirby. Yes, Kirby right back at you. Number 4, Five Nights at Freddy's, the first movie, because the second one is coming out soon. 3, the Super Mario Brothers movie, the first one, because the second one is also coming up relatively soon. Number 2, Sonic OVA, a one and done thing. I believe it belongs in that spot. And number 1 is just Pokemon in general. It's like the only exception to it, because in a sense, it's all fucking connected. In a sense.
There's actually 2 timelines, and now there's new protagonists and whatever. Like Ash is retired. Did you know that?
Yes, I did. After he won.
Yeah. Now we have Roy and Liko.
All right, now let me.
From Fire Emblem.
No.
Yeah. We're gonna end it off with this as far as something that hasn't been made into a movie or TV show. What we think would be a successful adaptation.
All right,
I have
let's
an
do
answer
2.
that's
Let's do.
legit, but it's gonna sound like I'm joking, and I'm totally not.
Wait, hang on. Let's do that. Something that hasn't been, and let's do something that's really fucking shitty that should be like turned into something good.
Oh, like a retry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
All right.
Like something needs a redemption.
I'm gonna go indie.
Okay.
I had both of these games on Xbox 360. Have you ever played or heard
Misplosion
of...
Man?
Yes,
Fucking
dude.
knew you were gonna say
Explosion Man
Misplosion
and
Man.
I've heard of
Misplosion
that.
Man
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
would go
I've
so.
heard of
They
Man.
would be so fucking funny as shows, dude. Do you know who like their premise at all? Yeah, they're just walking explosions and they're in
Yes.
love and like
I know.
boom boom, and she just makes pop culture references, destroys everything.
Yeah.
God, that would be so fucking funny as a show concept. Like, it would be great.
Okay. That and then what's the other one? The one that was
Something
shitty.
that should be remade
Yeah.
and tried again. Oh, damn! I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't expecting it either. I can't think of one at the moment.
Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures.
Oh my god, Pac-Man, bro. Oh, that's hard. They could retry Sonic Prime. I think they had a really good concept.
I don't know.
I just watched like the first episode. I was thoroughly unimpressed with it.
Dude, I just love Tails so much, and the fact that a variant of Tails is the main antagonist was like really cool to me.
Mm.
They called him Nine. He had 9 tails. 7 of them are robotic though. He's like Dr. Octopus Tails.
No, he's like the fucking Pokemon Ninetales.
Well, there's a nine-tailed
Ninetales is not
fox.
like an original concept. Like
No,
Yeah,
it's like a
but
Japanese
he's still
mythology
called
thing. There's like a
Ninetales,
nine-tailed
and
fox.
It's like,
Well, isn't that what?
Yeah.
what
Isn't
the
that
fuck?
Naruto's thing too? He's got like the
yeah,
nine-tail.
he's
yeah.
the 9-tailed fox also.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's like a
Anyway,
big
okay.
thing in Japanese folklore. I
Is
think.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
a,
okay.
Like Arcanine
I
is
was
too.
not aware of that.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. Like, they just don't do fight scenes right. Like, Sonic should be so cool. Always.
So you want Sonic Prime, but like good.
Like
is
a
what you're
better
saying.
version of it. Yeah, I would like that.
Okay,
You want me to go or you want to go?
you go because I'm still thinking.
All right. Something they definitely need to make a fucking adaptation of is Jak and Daxter. The lore is fantastic. Not even make it animated adaptation of a movie. Make it live action.
No.
Yes. It's humans with the fucking long pointy ears. That's the biggest deal you're going to get. And it's just like a Lord of the Rings type of deal. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have
I've only
your
played the first one.
Dude, you
oh
have
my
your
God.
CGI
But you know what's gonna
aspects of
happen?
it.
Like, Daxter's just gonna look like Timon from The Lion King, and it's gonna look awful.
You want it live
disagree.
action?
I want it live action. I disagree because, one, it will never be produced by Disney.
I know.
I
but-
feel like that
And
is
two,
one.
even if it was produced by Disney, they're being very loyal to Stitch's design in the live
Dude,
action.
I can kind of see that. I feel like that's one kind of like cartoony game that could look kind of okay.
It
in
could,
live,
but like
action.
you gotta do something with Daxter. You can't what the fuck? Like,
Well,
he
he'd have to be
literally just look like
CG.
Timon.
No, dude. Of
Dude,
course,
do you remember-
Make it look like the new live action How to Train Your Dragon. The dragons look exactly like the animated dragon, except
Yeah.
it's human. It's actually.
How familiar are you
humans.
guys with Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi?
Not at all.
I am not
At all
wait,
familiar?
Episode? No, I'm not.
That's
I'm
one where they go
not.
to Jabba's palace.
No,
oh
I
my
am
god,
not.
my favorite Star Wars characters in that movie. Then
Salacious
it?
B. Crumb, dude. Do you know who that is?
no, I'm talking about
Alright.
a Snai Snoodle.
Cy Snoodle,
Cy
the one that
Snoodle,
sings.
My queen. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
a diva. I love her.
Dude, her. I'm not gonna say it.
I don't even think it's fucking worth mentioning. I don't know who the fuck that is. I never.
I'm
even,
talking about
I
Salacious
never
B.
even
Crumb, who's the
heard
little monkey
Luke
puppet
mention who
guy.
that is.
He's a little monkey guy next to Jabba, and he just goes,
Talking
ah!
about the
And I feel like
What
if
do
they
you know
were to
about the
make
Gooby
Daxter,
voice?
he would look like that.
Do you know anything about Rundegar Jones?
Rundegar Jump, what the fuck is that?
This guy on TikTok, he cracks me up.
Is it? Oh wait, is it top 5 Ooby Goobies? Number
No.
5.
No.
It's almost ridiculous.
Is that like
It's
Buzz
like the
Lightyear
Goofy
space?
verse. He his whole shtick is like he has this streaming service that nobody watches called Gooby, and all he's like, you don't know about Schmidt Lanter's son, Schmidt Lanter Jr. Like, he's
Are
just-
they cats?
No, they just make up fake ass characters, and he puts like crazy meme images. He's like, he'll do like, he's like revisiting creepypastas from when you were a child. He's like, oh my god. the woman with hyper realistic eyes, and they're like, doesn't everybody have hyper realistic eyes? Like, this is not fucking.
I don't know what you're talking about. I
Oh
know a
my
guy
God.
that has
That's
like
funny,
pictures
dude.
of cats, and he's like, number 5 menaces in the world. Number 5, Ooby Gooby.
Oh,
Ooh,
I
he's a
know him.
menace.
Yeah,
I know that one,
He's
yeah,
a
I've
menace.
seen that one too.
All right. Anyway, we're getting off topic there. Did we all mention what we wanted to have?
You didn't mention the one that should be redone.
Oh yeah, right. Ratchet and Clank. They could do it so much better.
Yeah, for sure. I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with what they need to adapt is Kid Icarus.
Agree.
Yo,
Uprising?
anime, yeah.
Uprising.
In an anime?
Did you guys play Uprising on the 3DS?
I
No,
did.
I
That
did.
game is fucking phenomenal.
It is so
That is
peak.
fucking phenomenal.
Broke my fingers.
That would
though.
be a phenomenal movie. Or like even if they made a TV show that like continues after the events,
Yeah, if
because
they made an anime
Sakurai
of
is so
that, that would be
fucking
so
stupid
sick.
for not wanting to continue that shit. That shit was like a
I
fucking
think,
gold
like,
mine.
Dark Pit has the potential to be as cool as Shadow, and I don't even care. Like,
He's fucking awesome.
he's so
Dude, every
awesome.
character in that game is fucking
Magnus,
awesome.
I love too. I thought
Dude,
Magnus was
Viridi,
from
I
the
loved all
Viridi
of
is
them.
Awesome. Palutena's such a bitch, but she's awesome too.
Dude, if they just continue, since he doesn't want to do another game, he's a fucking idiot loser boy. He could fucking, he is. He's washed out, bro. Like, get off. Like, all you do is Smash Bros. Now. You're fucking washed.
yeah, I would love for them to make an anime of Kid Icarus.
Literally. He made a fucking goal. That game is phenomenal. That's probably one of the best 3DS games. They literally
Yeah.
should just take that, either make a continuation off of it or adapt it into a movie, because that's a phenomenal game. And it's got like some of the best lore for like a Nintendo game.
It is, and it's so funny.
It's so funny. The writing in that game is amazing.
It's so peak. Dark Pit is so cool.
So I'm not gonna
Medusa,
count.
I like all of
I'm not gonna count fucking stupid Captain and the Game Master. I'm not gonna count that as like a retry. So for a retry, I meant like a retry of Pitt, like since he was in that show. For a retry, what have they done? Dude, you know what? Honestly, I think. I don't know, bro. It's hard. I want to say Mega Man because I feel like Mega Man could like be like really
Mega Man
good.
Fell off.
I
Is
feel like
he
Mega Man
relevant
X.
at all anymore. Like,
I
do
don't
people
think
give a shit
so.
about Mega
I
Man?
saw these
I
collections
do
coming
not
out.
think so.
Mega Man X
Anything
is
Capcom.
fucking badass.
Anything
Well, Street
Capcom.
Fighter is still big.
Dude, I didn't even mention the fucking Mega Man X cartoon they made. The fucking OVA. They did an OVA for that too. That shit was fucking baller.
Can I suggest something that they something?
They're
Because I
making
think
a new Amaterasu game.
Okami.
Okami, yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yo, you know what also could need one? Fucking Beautiful Joe.
Joe. Yeah,
Yeah.
he could have a show.
He could have a show, dude.
I got
A stupid
something
fucking
to mention.
slapstick anime. He could definitely have one.
Beautiful.
Wasn't there an F-Zero's show
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. Yeah.
Mhm.
with Captain Falcon?
Yeah.
They
You know
should
what?
remake
That
something
could
like
could use a fucking retry because that
Yeah.
shit was not fucking.
That's what I was gonna suggest to you.
Yeah, that shit could use a retry for sure.
They can retry Donkey Kong too.
I agree
Fuck
with
that.
that. No. I don't. What, you think they can't top it? You think they can't top fucking?
Why? They
If
have
they
a lot of characters.
if they do something like how the Sonic movies are going, like if they do Sonic 1, Sonic 2, spin-off show,
Dude,
Sonic
King K.
3
Rool,
spin-off show.
King K. Rool has the potential to either be like a really menacing villain or like a stupid fucking like silly like Robotnik type. Like,
Yeah.
No,
Totally.
I could even see King K. Rool being like the Oogie Boogie of Nightmare on Elm.
Oh, absolutely.
Nightmare on Elm
Christmas.
Street, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I see him being
He's
like
so
that
funny.
type of character
Yeah.
too. I think they could
He's
pull him
so
off
funny.
great. Yeah.
He's so funny.
But all right, we'll end it there. Jesse, thank you for being on the pod. Appreciate it. I think. Well, how do we think this top 5 format worked
I think we're gonna get flamed for this list.
for this list?
I feel like also our reasoning and shit. I feel like especially mine too. I feel like some of my shit came off hypocritical.
that's okay though.
Yeah.
I feel like
That's
this
okay.
also made me realize when I was looking up games just on Wikipedia that had theatrical and show releases, I was
Yeah.
like, maybe I just really don't play as much games as I thought I did.
Sure. Yeah, that's another good observation
Yeah, I was
too.
like, I really think, I mean, like, because I do play video games often, but I guess I'm in the echo chambers of, like, I so much Sonic, so much Pokemon, Mario, Fortnite.
you like what you like. That's all
right.
it is.
And
yeah.
then I'm like, people are like, you never
Yo,
played
dude.
Darkstalkers or Okami or, like,
You've never played
Resident Evil?
Darkstalkers, bro?
No, I've never played any of that.
That
shit.
had a fucking OVA too. That shit was bomb as fuck too. That was a fire OVA.
So there you go. Exactly. So like, yeah. We I think we very well could be flamed for this.
Dude,
list.
I forget a
But
lot of
that's
these
okay.
shits had like adaptations.
Yeah.
I mean, what else is there that hasn't even been mentioned at all?
I don't know. Like we keep thinking of them when they keep popping up because they're not the first thing to pop in our head.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you could think of. Like
There is a lot.
I could imagine a whole show for
Assassin's Creed, which was a terrible movie.
That was a horrible,
right?
Terrible movie.
That's the point. All I was doing was breaking.
Well,
but it's a good point to bring up.
I think, and I'm glad that we're
because we didn't mention bad ones. If we did, that would
right.
have been a fucking.
I think we're at an upwards momentum of the quality of video game-based movies.
Yeah, and TV shows,
which is good, and I think it opens doors to things that could be really fun. Like I think they could make a really fun movie about Castle Crashers or Shovel Knight or like other indie stuff like that. Minecraft is gonna suck, so like forget that already. But
True.
it's gonna be terrible.
It's gonna be amazing.
I mean, I don't.
He's
think
Steve. He's Steve,
Listen,
dude.
As the biggest Jack Black fan ever,
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing? Just what are you doing?
What are you talking about?
Dude,
It's
I don't
gonna
know.
be terrible.
Like, the cast
Jason
is
Momoa.
bothering
Fucking
me already.
Steve.
Jason Momoa is bothering me.
That's
He is badly.
Wednesday's best friend is bothering me.
Jack Black's not even in the movie, dude. That's fucking
What?
Steve playing himself.
Okay, Matt.
Fucking idiot, dude. Really have to tell you about this shit? You show Minecraft's based on a real fucking story?
You know what else would be a good show?
yeah.
That would be like cute. I feel like they could make like a children's show based around like Yoshi's Island of like saving baby Mario. Like I feel like
That shit's lame, though. I wouldn't want to watch it, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm just throwing ideas out there of what could be.
If they had Kamek in there and he was like an asshole,
Yeah.
it's like, "Oh, fuck you, Yoshi.
You pronounce it Kamek?
Yeah, Kamek. How do you pronounce it?
It's definitely Kamek.
I
Who are
pronounce
we
it
talking about?
Kamek.
Uh,
I don't think he's on there,
he's
is he?
not on there. Wow.
You know the Magic Koopa?
Magic Koopa?
Yeah, Magic.
He has a
Koopa.
name.
Oh, okay.
He has a
okay.
name.
Well, I thought it was.
Well, there
I
are
thought the
Magic
name
Koopas.
There are
was
Magic Koopas, but
yeah.
the one that we're
Right.
referring to
Yeah,
has a name.
the one that was in the Super Mario Brothers movie as like his right hand man.
You know what
Bowser's
else could be
right-hand
an
man.
amazing show? Paper Mario.
I agree. Paper Mario would be
As an
a
animated
sick
show?
Absolutely,
dude.
adaptation.
That would be
Yeah.
fantastic.
Dude, and they could actually make that show out of like a lot of like crafting materials too.
Yeah, it would be beautiful.
Yeah.
Like South Park,
Yeah, kind of like
Yeah.
or how South
honestly,
Park used to
yeah.
be.
well, so, yeah, only the first episode I think of South Park was made out of actual like
Right.
materials. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that would be awesome.
I think that would be fucking that'd be amazing, honestly.
So let's.
But any
consider that-
RPG could honestly be done like that. You think about it.
What about adult
Yeah.
show? Like adult show, like that. Like Paper Mario would be kids. Like
Well,
adult,
Halo could actually be like an actual fucking movie that doesn't suck dick.
but stuff that hasn't been made or being made right now.
It Takes Two.
So
I heard there's a movie for that coming. And
Are you serious?
God of
yeah,
War.
I heard there's
God of
something-
War is being made
Is it?
Have you
as
ever
an
heard
Amazon
of-
TV show.
Oh no, it just slipped, bro. Damn, I don't remember now. Damn, that's a shame.
It Takes Two is awesome.
I've never played it.
I've only seen the cutscene on Twitter where they kill that elephant. And I was
It's a
like,
very
oh my
fun
God.
game.
Is it? Okay.
Very fun game. Me and Lupo played a bunch.
Don't break my shit, dude, please.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Me and Lupo played a bunch, and
It's good.
it's so much fun to play with another person. It would be boring if
I
you
just
played.
keep thinking of things that would be good movies. Dude.
Yeah,
I'm
I
trying to
don't
think
know.
of M-rated shit.
Taxi.
Like what are like you mentioned, what would be like good adult ones? Like that's
Yeah,
like, interesting. Because most of M-rated games, well at least
Crazy
like now,
Taxi.
Crazy Taxi. Yeah, in New York, set in New York.
Sonic
Where they're
Riders.
just stuck in traffic the entire time.
Sonic Riders rated R. You're supposed to be the fucking fastest thing alive.
Oh my god, dude.
Jet
Shadow the
Hawk,
Hedgehog, dude.
baby. Jet the Hawk.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow
could be-
the Hedgehog
could be
with
M-rated.
guns.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Like
would love
legit
that.
guns.
Well, think about it. Like a lot of M-rated games are just like realistic games, so it's like that wouldn't be like super.
Right.
That's super interesting because a lot of them
Yeah.
could just be made into generic like action shows.
Yeah,
Like if you're thinking
like
about
Bayonetta or something.
no, Bayonetta would be fucking awesome, dude. They actually
Yeah.
no, Bayonetta did have an adaptation and an OVA.
Oh really?
Yeah,
See, there's so much shit with OVAs.
yeah.
It's like a whole nother
I'm
realm.
a fucking loser. Why do I know all this shit?
It's
Dude?
it's like a whole nother realm though. That could have been its own category with this.
Yeah.
You know,
top
I'm
10
sure, like,
most
does
of
Metal Gear Solid have something?
I don't think they do as far as
No, I think-
media adaptation.
I feel like that could go hard, even though I've never played a single.
That
game
would
of
be a
any
nice
game.
They had
Regard,
books,
then.
but I don't think they ever made any like movie or anything. As far
Yeah,
as
that
I
would
know.
be
Yeah,
cool.
I know people love that shit, dude. People love Metal Gear.
I do know a story. Someone approached Kojima like after the first Metal Gear Solid came out, and was like, "I love this. This should be made into an anime." And apparently, as the story goes, Kojima like looked at the guy, laughed at him, and called him a gaijin, which is
Really?
basically it's basically
What is that?
that's basically like a weeaboo, like
I don't know what that is either.
like a Westerner that's like obsessed with Japanese
Yeah.
like
Oh.
shit.
Do you know what the equivalent of that is in Japan? Like, there's a lot of Japanese people that really love
I
like
can't
American
wait.
westerns.
I can't wait. Oh, really?
Yeah, and they're like, what are they? Otaku
King of the
or
Hill,
whatever?
dude.
Huh?
King of the Hill.
They love King of the Hill. They love it.
It's very American, dude. It's like fucking
I love it. I love it too. I can't
dude.
wait. For the reboot.
Top 10 show to video game adaptations. King of the Hill.
There's a King of the Hill video game.
No, there needs to be one.
Oh,
There needs to be one, dude.
I sell propane and propane.
It's literally just like a propane, like a Hank Hill simulator,
Yeah,
dude, where you
yeah.
just like,
That would be stupid.
dude, all right, well, you're fucking dumb. So
I think there's so many good.
Yeah, let's
like,
press
I wish
X
we could do a
to sip
reverse
a
of this,
beer
too.
at the gate.
that'd be really fucking funny. It'd be
Press Y.
it'd be like a Telltale
Nope.
game.
Yeah, press Y. Yep. Oh, it's almost like that game No Luca No, where you just push the cat,
Cat
away
away?
from eating
Yeah.
your cereal.
I am shocked you even know what that is. I never thought another soul would know. What
I know
that
about
is.
it too. Yeah.
Me and my friends
used to be on Xbox
play
Live.
No Luca No and Techno Kitty Adventure
Techno
every
Pit
day.
Adventure, of
On
course
Xbox
I know
Live.
that, and I still listen to the music. But,
The music is bomb.
what's the other one?
Awesome.
Did you? Oh, dude, we also had wacky waving inflatable arm flailing avatars. You remember that one?
No, I don't play stupid shit.
It was another one on Xbox.
I can relate to that
It
lame
was
ass
like
shit.
Simon Says, but your your avatar
On
was
Xbox?
just like one of those car salesman
yeah, they
things.
were avatars. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think I actually do remember that,
Wacky
but
waving
I don't
inflatable
know.
arm flailing avatars.
All right, we're gonna close it up. We are at an hour 31, so perfect.
Are
All
we
right.
actually?
Yeah.
Oh, that
I
was.
thought we were way.
I thought we were way over, honestly.
No, we did good. All right, Jesse, thank you for joining the podcast tonight. Matt, thank you for joining the podcast.
Thank you, Frank
tonight.
and
Your
Jesse, for joining my podcast
Thank you
tonight. Thank you for having
I
us.
thank you for thanking me for being on your podcast
Yeah.
tonight.
You know what, guys? Even though sometimes you have dog shit opinions, it always makes the thing.
I have never been wrong.
Okay, well, I mean, I feel the exact same way. So if we're both right about everything, then someone's got to be wrong. Certainly isn't me.
Certainly
So
isn't me.
thank you guys for joining me. Phenomenal having
Yes.
you guys. This episode will be edited and uploaded whenever. I don't know my own schedule, so
Got you.
yeah, it'll
Got
be
you.
on the.
Would you like to tell the crowd what else they should do, or should you leave that up to me?
What do you mean? What else
Okay,
we should do?
you'll just leave it up to me. Like, listen, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
Guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and share my content. And
also make sure to follow Loggin On.
don't do that. That's like really not necessary.
No. Make sure
heard
you
of 'em.
follow Loggin at Loggin On. I'm fucked up. On Instagram and all social media platforms. And with that said, have a wonderful night.
We're coming to Red Note.
Make sure not to follow any of us home.
Don't follow us home.
Yeah,
That wouldn't be good.
I know
but
we're
all right.
super famous, but
Peace out.
We train to fight so we don't have to fight.
Mm.
Fighting is easy, and that's not what we're looking to do. We're looking to protect ourselves, protect our family, protect our friends.
Yeah.
So that's the mentality that I've always had. After that concert, I never lost a fight.
Yeah.
That was it. I was never going to let that happen to me again.
Right.
And that gave me my focus, not only to protect myself, but then when I had a family, I wanted to protect my family. So that was the area of what it did. But again, training to fight so you don't have to fight, it also brings in so much discipline, so much respect, so much honor, and it can be transferred, as Mark indicated earlier, towards your career, towards relationships.
Yeah.
Whether it's girlfriend, boyfriend, whether it's family, it just incorporates everything into it. So for us, it's a way of life.
Yeah.
For me, it's a way of life. And I think it's only added for me. It was an addition for me.